he treated me like garbage.
Okay, so what did he do that was so bad?
Okay, all right. What you telling me for? All right, that's the conversations we were having on the telephone.
Okay, so now he comes back. Do you two rekindle the relationship? You get back together?
Yes.
You do?
And before we get intimate, the question was, I've been gone for a while. Have you been intimate with someone unprotected? That was my question. He said, no, I always use protection. I said, okay, because I'm carrying our child. No point of us using protection. We're already pregnant.
Right.
Well, when I go to a doctor visit, I get an unpleasant doctor's visit. And I call him from the doctor's office again, and I said, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have anything to do with you.
Yeah.
You're selfish.
Why did you lie to her?
I don't know, Your Honor. I got into the moment of what we were trying to do, try to build our relationship back up, and I just...
She's carrying your child, whether it's a child you want or don't want. Why wouldn't you just tell her, yeah? Why wouldn't you just use protection? Why wouldn't you just forego having sex with her?
I mean, I was in the heat of the moment, Your Honor.
You couldn't be in the heat of the moment if I asked way before the heat of the moment came.
Okay, so now you tell him I don't want to see you again. So now we're broken up again.
Yeah, I didn't hear from him.
Okay.
That phone call, I didn't hear from him. The night before my baby shower, I was having things done to the house. One of the people that was doing the interior decorating went outside to smoke, and they noticed the building was on fire. Now,
Your building was on fire?
we lived in the same building. His end was on fire. Earlier that night, I had noticed that he left, but I knew he had a small child, and he could have been there with his mom and sister. We come out of the building, we're banging on the doors, telling people, get out the building, it's on fire, it's on fire.
So nobody dies?
No.
No.
Everyone
Thank
has a
God.
place to go, except his mom and sister. I offered them to stay at my house to come out, you know.
Do they know you're carrying his child?
No.
They don't?
No.
Do they know you?
No. So at the baby
This is going to
shower,
be a very eventful day for them.
Wow.
at the baby shower,
The next day?
the next day, they were there because I offered them to stay there because until the Red Cross comes. The people were like, where is Emmitt? Where's Emmitt? Where's Emmitt? And I was just like, he's not going to be here. So she waited until everybody left, and she pulls me to the side. She said, Beth, is that my granddaughter or grandchild you're carrying? Because, of course, she noticed all the girl stuff. And I said, yes, ma'am. She just cried. She was like, you live next door, and I didn't know you were having my granddaughter. I said,
So she
ma'am.
found out from all the people in your baby shower asking, where's Emmitt?
Mm-hmm.
Coming up, is Emmitt really to blame for Beth's car breaking down?
I go back to the car, pop the hood, and put the antifreeze in the car. The antifreeze says all-purpose antifreeze, so everybody taking it. By saying all-purpose antifreeze, I say it can go to any car.
And later, what does Emmitt say to push Judge Alex to the limit?
Mr. Pearson, do me a favor. Just shut up.
That the engine was destroyed.
Your child was born. Was he there for the birth of your child? Did everything go fine?
No,
Was he
wasn't.
supportive?
I didn't see him no more. Before I had my daughter, I called him and said, hello, I'm having your daughter. You don't want to be a part of this? He said, I'm respecting your wishes. You told me you don't want to talk to me. You don't want to see me. So I'm doing what you told me.
Okay. So your child is born.
Yes.
How's that go? You do the
I had
delivery
all
by
the
yourself?
support of my friends and family there, so I was okay. Soon after, he pops over again in my house. He was like, we got to make this right. He's like, can I see her? I'm not going to tell him, no, that's his child.
Right. So now he's back in your life.
Yes. We go down. We change her last name. She's a Pearson now.
He gives his child his last name.
Mhm.
So now
And
he's signing the birth certificate.
Yes.
Okay.
We're okay for a while, and then he loses his job. Well, I told him, okay, I'll support you in whatever decision you need. He's like, well, I got to get transportation. I offered him to keep my 96 Buick LeSabre, drop me off at work, take the baby to the daycare or see about her while he can look for a job or, you know, drive wherever he needs to
Okay.
go.
So tell me about the car. You're using her car.
Yeah.
To drive around, go to work, do things with the baby. What happens?
I noticed that the car's running low on antifreeze.
How do you know it's
car's
running low on
hot.
antifreeze?
It's running hot. The car's running hot.
So the car's running hot.
Yeah, so by that time, I'm over near my dad's house, so I go over to my dad's house, and I go in the garage and see some all-purpose antifreeze. By this time, I go back to the car and pop the hood and put the antifreeze in the car. The antifreeze says all-purpose antifreeze, so everybody taking it. By saying all-purpose antifreeze, I say it can go to any car. So by this time, I drive the car around. Everything's running good. The car's not running hot anymore, anything.
No, that's not what happened. I drove the car to work, and it broke down. So I called him. I was like, the car broke down. I don't know what's wrong with it. He was like, oh, just add some antifreeze to it. I have antifreeze in my trunk.
Why?
Because my antifreeze is orange. You can't put all-purpose antifreeze, which is green, in my car. I called the mechanic, and I was telling him what happened. He's like, well, bring it up here. He looks at it. He says, I don't see anything wrong. 2 days later, it breaks down again at work. When it breaks down again at work, and I'm going, I don't know what's wrong with it. I had it towed back to the same mechanic, and I'm telling him it's breaking down.
What does the mechanic say the problem is?
I had a crack head from the car running hot.
But I offered to flush the radiator too.
All right, so how is it his fault? Tell me your theory.
When we were, before it broke down a couple more times, me and him were together in the car, and it started doing this smoking thing, and the light comes on saying it's running hot. We pull over at auto parts store. I pull the book out, and when I'm reading the book, it says, yeah. So I was just like, we need to get this antifreeze that it says in the book. It says it's orange, it has an orange top. I went in and asked the people in the store.
So they told you he used the wrong antifreeze?
He told me he used the wrong antifreeze.
He told you which one he used, and they told you which one you're supposed to use.
Right.
Okay.
So I was like, if you use that, that's what's wrong with my car. He was like, that's all-purpose can go in any car. You don't know. I was like, well, when did you become a mechanic?
Coming up, was the car engine the only thing Emmitt destroyed with his careless actions?
I came home one day and I checked my email. My email says, hi, this woman wants to meet you. They think you're cute. And I'm like, what is this? So I open it, and he's doing an online dating thing.
Suing her ex-boyfriend, Emmitt Pearson, for $3,200 because she claimed he put the wrong antifreeze in her car while driving it and destroyed her engine. But Emmitt says it's Beth's fault the engine was destroyed because she was the one who wouldn't let him drain the antifreeze after he realized his mistake.
Are you two still together?
Now?
Yeah.
No.
So what broke you up? You were living together. What happened?
I came home one day and I checked my email. My email says, hi, this woman wants to meet you. They think you're cute. And I'm like, what is this? So I open it, and he's doing an online dating thing.
What
from my email address.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So I asked him.
I had a friend over using the computer. It wasn't me. It wasn't me,
The women were saying, hi, Emmitt.
Your other friend's named Emmitt too?
No, my friend.
When I asked him, you know what he told me? Oh, I only subscribed to that dating system because they was giving away a free jersey, and I wanted to get the free jersey.
A jersey with a dating system, the dating website name on it.
Jersey.
Okay, now he just admitted it. It's a sports jersey.
Okay. All right. So fine.
So that's what.
So
that was
you kick him out at that point.
So no, I didn't kick him out. He left. A little while later, our apartment catches on fire.
Again?
This time, my end.
Your half?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens?
I contacted his dad and told him whenever he spoke to him, could you let him know that our house was on fire? And he's like, right now? I was like, yes, sir, it's on fire right now.
Does he call you?
Yeah, about 5 days later, he left a voicemail and said, I was just calling to see if it really was a fire. And if it really was a fire, I hope y'all all right. Yeah.
Your Honor, she's that type of person. She brings stories and all type of stuff. You'll never know
your daughter is in the apartment that caught fire?
Your Honor, I was concerned.
Waiting 5 days and saying,
it wasn't 5 days.
If it really was a fire,
Yes,
I hope you're okay.
It wasn't 5 days.
Yes, it was.
I don't care if it was 5 days or 4 days or 3 days or 2 days, okay? It's your daughter and the mother of your child.
So
I would expect that any half a man would run over to make sure they're okay. Is he in the back of your life again?
yes.
How?
He came and said, I should be over here helping you. He needs me.
You had an epiphany. So he moves in with you?
Yes, but this time he says, I can only afford to give you $300 a month for rent.
Did you get him paying child support?
Yes.
Any discussions about the car? Was he going to reimburse you
No,
for the car?
no. Let me just tell you.
Did you have
Every
any-
year he got his refund.
Was he supposed to pay you from the refund?
He told me out his mouth, okay, when I get my money, I'll give you something, a little something till I pay you off.
So what happened when the tax refund came?
Oh,
Like, I don't know.
you left.
The reason I left had nothing to do with what I owed her or whatnot. It was just because me and her had disagreement.
He
Is he,
still didn't give you
is he
nothing.
current on child support?
Yes. he
Y'all,
just-
I'm paying rent and child support, and I'm hardly at the house that I'm with her. So that's like $800 a month for the past like 3 years.
That has not been 3 years.
Mr. Pearson, do me a favor. Just shut up.
Coming up, can Beth prove that Emmitt is really to blame?
What I need is a statement, something from some mechanic that says him putting the antifreeze that was green in your car is what caused your engine block to crack.
Car and destroyed the engine.
He got his whole family
And
watching
Emmitt
him.
admits to putting the wrong antifreeze in her car by mistake, but says he offered to flush it out, and therefore he doesn't owe her a dime.
What I'm looking at here are repair bills, and the repair bills talk about replacing an ignition coil and replacing a coolant recovery tank. I don't need this. What I need is a statement, something from some mechanic that says him putting the antifreeze that was green in your car is what caused your engine block to crack. The reason I need that is because how old was your car? You said here was a 1990... 98 or 96?
It's a 96.
96. It says a 1996 Buick. So the car at the time this happened is over 10 years old. I'm sure you had over 100,000 miles on it. There are so many things that happen to a car when it gets at that age. Okay, the gaskets, the head gaskets, they'll weather and die. They'll wither and die. They
I
crack.
put a new motor in it.
Okay.
Another motor.
Okay, but I don't have any of that. See, that's the thing. I don't have any evidence here other than you saying some guy at an auto parts store said, oh, you're supposed to put this antifreeze in, or not that antifreeze, okay? Never heard of putting orange versus green or green versus orange causes your engine to crack. As much as I do not like this man, I cannot order him to pay you $3,200 in car repairs based upon you're telling me that that's what somebody at the auto parts store said. There has to be some expert evidence. So unfortunately, in that situation, there's nothing I can do about it. You can't prove your case without that evidence. So I wish you the best with your daughter, and I hope you do well without him, because you're certainly not getting any help from him. It's a judgment for the defendant.
Thanks.
Judge Alex has ruled in favor of the defendant and has denied the plaintiff's claim.
I think the judge ruling was a little bit unfair because I asked mechanics, they don't want to get in your legal battles. They just fix your car and you just pay the money, and I just have proof that I paid the money to these mechanics for fixing my car.
Our situation had a lot to do with the relationship and emotions involved other than the case, but I think it was fair. It was good.